really appreciate everyone joining today for another Alignable webinar. This is one that I've been looking forward to ever since Randy invited me to come on for another one of these education webinars. Your website and CRM, do they go hand in hand? Today we're going to talk about tips to unlock marketing power, both through your website platform and optimization, but also with marketing integrations and CRM. This is a conversation that comes up with a lot of small business owners just trying to figure out like how to manage their marketing, get more from their website. So we really felt like this webinar was a really important conversation to have. So today we are going to kind of take it in steps of basically giving everyone kind of just an educational overview of website platforms that are going to help you kind of drive ideal results for your business, kind of strategy and optimization steps, that you're going to take your website platform to the next level just through search engine optimization and some marketing strategy things we're going to talk about. And then we're going to tie it all together with integrations and tools that you're going to use to drive that business growth. So really appreciate everyone joining today. Are you ready to transform your website from a basic online presence that, static brochure, a website that's not doing anything for your business, into a turbocharged marketing machine that's actually driving results for your business? So today we're going to talk about popular website platforms, SEO, performance, and accessibility, the importance of those, and really understanding how to audit them and really drive them. And then again, we're going to tie it all together with marketing integrations and CRM. So with all that said, let's explore how to build a website that is a powerful marketing tool for your business growth. The first big topic we're going to talk about today is popular website platforms. So we kind of, we always start the conversation here because we know a lot of folks who are joining this webinar are potentially looking to build a new website, or you're, maybe you have an existing site, but you're wondering if like you even have the right platform for your goals. So we always like to kind of start on this sort of like foundation level of, let's talk about not just, a platform that's going to make it easy for you to build a website, but today's conversation is all about marketing and driving results, right? So what are platforms for, the typical Alignable member, small business owner, that are actually going to help you find the results that you're looking for and achieve those results? So there are a lot of popular website platforms. We all know this, right? That you can build a website for your business. But today we're just going to focus on empowering your business to create the results that you're looking for. So kind of this little bullet point list here is, again, it applies to both whether you're doing research right now on building a new website, or even with your existing website, take an objective view on it and just, kind of look at this bullet list, look at your existing website, and it might start, making you kind of think a little differently about, just your entire online presence and your strategy. So first off, pick the website platform that meets your business goals. Not all website platforms are built equally, and they're, a lot of them are specific to a purpose. So make sure that your goals are being served by your website platform. And then, the next part of our conversation later on is going to be about the marketing tools that you're using to drive your campaigning and your outreach. So make sure that those tools that you're using for your business growth are going to integrate with your website, and you don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops in order to make all of that work. And then certainly for small business owners, and I hear it all the time from Alignable members, ease of use and updating. We want to be able to just kind of do things ourselves. It's great if you have a maintenance company or a developer who is kind of helping you out with your website. But even despite of that, you still want to be able to jump in and kind of do your own thing, make a blog post, easily update some content and things like that. So we're making sure that we're talking about website platforms that are going to be easy to update and manage, because that's really key for a small business. And then certainly when we get into the optimization conversation, things like blogging and just general SEO configurations, making it easy for a business owner to understand those things. They are very technical conversations, things like SEO, but even if you're using the right platform, a small business owner can wrap their mind around it, make some simple configurations, and just take the right steps to get your website out there on search engines. And then this fourth bullet point is really just something I always reiterate to a lot of business owners. It's great to have, a lot of motion and animation and, cool things going on with your website. And if that is appropriate for your brand, then great, that's totally fine. But for the majority of small business websites, keep it simple. Simplicity is always best. Don't go crazy with all the unnecessary bells and whistles. Most of the time, that stuff just leads to problems. For a business website, what matters most is good standards and practices, optimization, content, and really just effectively representing your business and again driving results. So kind of just moving forward here, let's talk about some of the platforms that we're going to recommend, just kind of based on knowing our audience, small business owners, and the typical Alignable member. So the first platform we're going to talk about right now is WordPress. So WordPress is one of the most powerful and popular platforms for building business websites. And if you talk to any web developer across Alignable, they're going to pretty much unanimously agree. It's because of these kind of like main bullet points right here. When it comes to search engine optimization, WordPress is such an effective tool. You can use tools like Rank Math or Yoast or all-in-one SEO. So even someone who's not very technical, you can install these tools, and it kind of gives you like step-by-step little, almost like a wizard checklist that really helps you just manage the kind of like core configurations, like foundational SEO, something we're going to talk about in a minute. But also, when you're going through like your pages and your blog posts and everything, these tools help you in WordPress to be able to, make sure that everything's configured correctly for search engines. WordPress is an amazing blogging tool, right? That's what everyone knows it for. And blogging is a huge part of the SEO conversation because it's, blog posts are getting out there onto search engines and they're helping you expand your audience. So when it comes to a business website, I always recommend blogging number one, regardless of the platform, but WordPress especially is such a great tool for having an effective blog. And then, if you're using WordPress kind of on just like the native builder, which they call Gutenberg, makes it really simple for you to kind of easily manage everything. There's a lot of different page builder tools for WordPress, and I'm going to talk about that in one second, but realistically, WordPress is a very simple to manage platform on your own. And of course, you can always find professional help because WordPress is such a widely supported platform. But realistically, if you're using just native WordPress the way that it's meant to be used, it's very simple and easy to manage. And then the great thing about WordPress too is, you build your business website, right? Things start going well. It's easily scalable to add in membership or e-commerce, all types of cool advanced functionality. So your website on WordPress can grow with your business. That's why it's such a popular platform. A little bit of fine print here. We're going to have a little fine print on every single platform we talk about here. WordPress does require maintenance. It does have a learning curve, and certainly not all WP websites are equal. Overuse of plugins, some of the clunky page builders like Elementor, and just having poor standards, the way that someone built the WordPress website, can create nightmares. They can, turn it into more of a headache than an effective tool for your business. So just again, something I always put out for small business owners, keep it simple. Don't start, adding on crazy stuff. And if you do scale your website, again, you can do that with WordPress, but make sure you're researching the tools that you're using, talk to a reliable professional who can help you or just give you advice. You have to kind of keep your plugins up to date, watch the security and things like that with WordPress. But when you do it right, it's, by far one of the best platforms. Let's turn the page here. The next platform we're going to talk about is Wix. So Wix is definitely arguably the most popular platform among small businesses and Alignable members. I feel like most Alignable members that I connect with are usually, they already have a website, it's usually on Wix. And the reasons are really obvious. It's, just that platform that really kind of just makes everything really simple for most business owners, especially for people who are not really technical. They don't want to deal with the learning curve of WordPress and all the maintenance stuff. They kind of just want everything done for them, and they can just focus on just, putting out their information and just having, a clean and simple online presence. But with Wix, things like SEO and Google integrations are now super easy. Wix has actually partnered with Google. So things like your Google Search Console and analytics are all built right into your Wix dashboard. Because Wix has this really great drag and drop page editor experience, you can build these really powerful blog posts that get out there, and they not only are getting your messaging out there onto search engines, but they also look awesome because Wix is just such a beautiful platform. And then something that's really great about Wix is, and we're gonna talk about this when we get more into the SEO conversation in a second, is that, on any page or post, they have the little SEO assistant that follows you around and gives you these checklists to make sure that your posts and everything are getting out there and meeting Google standards. Really, really awesome. Again, Wix is super easy to manage yourself. And kind of a common misconception of Wix is that, if you do this on Wix, you are, if you're doing the website yourself, it's kind of DIY and you have to do it all yourself. It's not really true anymore. They have a Wix expert marketplace now, and there's plenty of folks, even on Alignable, who specialize in Wix, and it's very easy to find professional help if you do need it. And then just all the technical stuff that I was just talking about with WordPress, hosting and updating and maintenance and plugins, all of that is taken care of with WordPress. So you can just focus on your website and your messaging and your business and not have to worry about all of that stuff. Again, little fine print. Every single platform is going to have some type of fine print, right? Wix is a proprietary platform, which means your website is part of their software. So if you ever decide, I don't want to use Wix anymore, you can't take your website with you. Yeah, Wix is a billion-dollar company, so obviously folks stay with them and are very happy with them. But WordPress is a more flexible platform because you can just move it to another hosting company. You can't do that with Wix. So despite all of the good things, every website platform kind of has a little bit of a caveat. Let's also just mention, so those are kind of like the two big ones, especially for small business owners and Alignable members. Those two platforms I feel like are kind of the two that are going to help you achieve the results that you're looking for in the most streamlined fashion. They integrate with most marketing tools and things like SEO and blogging. They're just much more effective than other platforms. But let's just also just mention some kind of like honorable mentions here. I know there's folks in the audience who are using different platforms, so I just want to make sure that you're included as well. So WordPress and Wix are definitely my top recommended platforms when it comes to the conversation we're having today, optimization and marketing. But there are some platforms here that are good for specific reasons or really specific purposes. So if you have an e-commerce store, you're looking to sell things online or maybe online courses or something like that, Shopify is definitely one of probably the biggest e-commerce platform. I love Shopify and definitely recommend it. When it comes to optimization and marketing things, there's reasons why WordPress and Wix are much better. But Shopify is still an amazing platform that I highly recommend if you're going down the e-commerce or online sales way. Squarespace is great for a basic brochure or portfolio website. Realistically, I know today we're talking a lot about marketing things. We're gonna, when we dive into that conversation, but some folks, they just want to have, like a simple portfolio website for their photography or for their art, let's say, and they, their website is not really, it's not that important to them to drive, leads and customers from their website. So if you don't really care that much about your website being a marketing tool, you just want to have your portfolio or your brochure kind of out there, then Squarespace is fine. Again, it's good for a specific purpose. But certainly for small businesses that they want their website to be a marketing tool for them, that's where Squarespace kind of comes up a little short. Webflow is a really exciting platform that I personally love. It's great for like video and all cool animation effects and really high level design. So if someone's using that, I'm more than happy when we get to the Q&A to answer any questions. And they do have a fair amount of integrations. They're getting really good about, like marketing and optimization things. It's a really, really dynamic platform. And then just something I want to throw in here, because I'm sure there's someone in the audience who just has a custom coded, good old fashioned, website like that. That can still have many benefits, especially if you are working with a maintenance company or a reliable developer, or maybe you're just capable, you have the technical savvy to do it yourself. Still plenty of benefits there, and don't feel like code versus platforms are creating any type of issue for you there. But as long as you're doing it right, you can still have a very effective website that's custom coded. So again, just talking about marketing integrations and search engine optimization, that's why I really am focusing on WordPress and Wix today. So let's continue the conversation. Let's kind of focus more now on the optimization conversation, because regardless of your platform, that is ultimately the really most important thing to drive results, right? So let's talk about SEO, performance, and accessibility. So kind of a term that I guess I kind of coined is the Google SEO Essentials. These are like key configurations for your website, regardless if you're using Wix or WordPress, that are just kind of making sure that your website is meeting the technical standards of Google, and it's going to be, it's going to be able to be indexed on search engines. So if you're using Wix, you have the SEO dashboard and the assistant tools. So any page or post that you're on, they give you this great little checklist to make sure that your page titles, descriptions, and image attributes, your canonical and tag settings, your structured data. They give you this whole great little list throughout every single section of your website. You wait till you get all those green check marks, do everything that it tells you, and that's how you know your site's going to be properly configured. And a very cool thing that Wix is doing now too is in the bottom left of the hand of the screen, they'll actually tell you if that current page or post is currently indexed on Google. Game changer. And no other platform really has it as easy as this, where you can just click the button and immediately add it to your Google Search Console, and then you're getting it indexed. Is so amazing. When it comes to WordPress, you have Rank Math or Yoast or all-in-one SEO, but Rank Math especially, they make it really simple for you to walk through this kind of initial setup where you can make sure that all of the XML sitemaps and your structured data and everything are all configured correctly. But then also when you're just going in and making a new blog post or editing a page, just like Wix, it gives you this little kind of checklist to make sure that your page, just your on-page SEO settings are basically all configured correctly. Rank Math is such a wonderful tool. So you can use these built-in SEO tools regardless of your platform, just to make sure that you're properly fixing any potential issues, but also just making sure that everything is configured to Google standards. And then you can also use them to basically to audit your website and kind of see, where you're standing based on your general configuration, and kind of just how your website is set up. Really important things for, regardless of your platform, make sure you have Google Search Console and analytics installed into your website, very important. Using the tools that I'm mentioning here, both of those platforms, they kind of give you like this initial setup checklist, or you kind of fill out information about your business. And what this is doing is configuring the business information and core data for Google to understand the intent and the purpose of your website. So if you're using Wix, go through the SEO dashboard, fill out that setup checklist. If you're using Rank Math in WordPress, make sure you fill out that initial wizard setup checklist. They're really, really important. The amount of websites that I go into and people didn't fill these out and they wonder why their site's not getting ranked. They make it really straightforward for even a non-technical person to do. Again, just going through all your pages and posts, you can set all the titles, descriptions, and image attributes, really, really important. And again, it makes it really simple for even the non-technical person to do. But when you're using these tools effectively and you kind of are properly configuring everything, you're kind of like just setting the foundation of meeting the baseline kind of Google standards that they want so that your website's going to get out there and start driving organic traffic to your website. So that's why I just kind of call them like the core essentials. It's great if you can do higher level search engine optimization, but we all know that's a very expensive task. It's time consuming and you need professional assistance. But as long as you have these kind of like baseline essentials, it doesn't really matter if you're not number one, you will still target the right people. And over time, you'll start driving organic traffic to your website and you're going to start to get found more. And ultimately, that's going to contribute to your business growth, especially with some of the stuff we're going to talk about more in a second. The next big part of kind of this conversation that is always a question that comes up in a lot of our webinars that we do is performance and accessibility. So this is one that a lot of folks go, my website's loading slow, or someone told me it's not meeting ADA compliance. What do I do? These are things that they might seem technical, but honestly, and sometimes they can be for sure, and sometimes you do need some just someone, a professional, to come in and kind of give you some advice and help. But there are some just things you can do for the non-technical small business owner to just be able to audit your website, kind of understand where you're at and what you need to do to get it fixed. So Google Lighthouse, this is something I feel like every webinar I do, we always talk about this, and small business owners go, oh my God, as soon as I learned that and I went and I scanned my website, it like totally changed my point of view on my website, and I realized I had to do all these things. So you go into Google Lighthouse, you right click on your website in Google Chrome, you click the inspect option, then you go to the Lighthouse tab and it scans your website and it gives you, kind of like these core metrics for SEO standards, accessibility, best practices, and performance. So performance and accessibility especially, we already talked about the importance of the SEO conversation and having that like core structure and core foundation all set up. But you really need to make sure that your performance standards are also as high as possible. When it comes to Wix, a lot of their tools really help to kind of do a lot of this for you. But even in the Wix app marketplace, there are tools that you can install totally for free that will help speed up your site. And believe it or not, some Wix sites do kind of struggle for performance. Even though they handle a lot of the technical stuff for you, you can still find some that load kind of slow. Same thing on WordPress. A lot of WordPress sites struggle with performance, especially if you're using like some of the clunky page builder tools. So you have to do a lot of compression and minify and caching and things like that. So there's especially when it comes to like your mobile experience. When you scan with Google Lighthouse, you can see the desktop version and the mobile scan. Do the mobile scan. It's easy to get high performance and accessibility scores on desktop. You want to make sure your mobile is really as high as it can possibly be, ideally over 90%. When it comes to ADA and WCAG compliance, these are for people with mobility, visual, or hearing disabilities. We want to make sure that number one, we're meeting these compliance standards, but also think of it as like a social responsibility for any business. It's very important that we just want everyone to be able to engage with us regardless of their situation. So it's really important that your website meets ADA compliance. Also, certain businesses in some industries, they're even facing lawsuits now because their website's not meeting ADA compliance. So if you're in finance or hospitality, certainly anything medical, you want to make sure your website is meeting ADA compliance. So a great tool for that is installing UserWay. It's available in the Wix app marketplace, and you can easily integrate it into any WordPress website, really any website platform. You want to make sure a tool like this is integrated into your website. It'll be that little handicap or human icon that's in the bottom left-hand screen of the bottom left of your website. I'm sure everyone has seen it or maybe just not realized what it is. That's a very important tool for any business website to have. An additional step that I always recommend is to have an accessibility statement added to your sitemap and to your site footer so that it's just available across the entire website. If you go through userway.org, they will also set you up with the information on how to do that. You can just simply copy and paste it, make a page, and just make sure that you have an accessibility statement. For GDPR and CCPA compliance, this is another really important thing for business websites. This is like privacy and just making sure that you're meeting basically like regulatory compliance. Cookie Yes is a really great tool. Again, it's available in the Wix app market, and it's very easy to, there actually is a WordPress plugin for it as well. You want to make sure that you have this installed as well, very important. And then, every website has a privacy policy added into the sitemap and to the site footer. Make sure you're doing that as well. This is something that can't harp on it enough. Doing this and making sure all these compliance check marks are filled out, they're going to help you better serve your audience. They're going to make sure that you're meeting current standards, and they're just going to help you, just create a better user experience. It's very, very important, and we always like to bring this up as well. But let's move the conversation forward here. We're talking about a lot of SEO things here. This performance and accessibility stuff is a very important conversation, but let's have some fun here. Let's talk about what we all came for, right? Marketing, integrations, and CRM. So we chose our website platform, right? We optimized it, and we're following those optimization strategies to make sure that we're continuing to get our blog posts and our pages out there. We're making sure that the site is high performance and meeting compliance standards, also very important. But none of that matters if we don't have effective marketing tools built into the website, because we want our website to not just be this like static brochure, especially if we're going through the effort of optimizing it and making sure it's meeting standards and everything. We want it to be an effective tool for our business to help us meet our business goals. So use a platform that meets your business goals and your budget, of course, and use these marketing tools to effectively handle your contact and lead management, your email marketing, your social media, calendar bookings, payments. You can do so much with the right tools installed into your website. So I just wanted to make a little bullet point list. There's so many various platforms, so it's very hard to kind of come up with the ideal list here. But just kind of based on what I see a lot of businesses, especially on Alignable, doing, if you're using Wix, again, Wix kind of being that all-in-one platform, they have a great CRM system that's integrated right into your dashboard. It's amazing just to help you be able to manage your leads and your customers. You can install chat widgets and all types of really cool things with the Wix CRM. So if you have Wix, I would definitely recommend check out all the features that they offer. It's really a game changer, again, to help you turn your Wix website into just an actual, effective marketing tool. A lot of small businesses use HubSpot, and it is really like the ultimate kind of all-in-one platform. I love using HubSpot and use it probably every single day. The only drawback of HubSpot, of course, though, is the cost. HubSpot can be a very costly platform, especially when you start upgrading into the higher level plans. So definitely check HubSpot out. But if it doesn't work for your budget, don't worry. There's some other options here that are very affordable. Pipedrive is really growing to be a really popular CRM platform. They're great for like pipeline management and email marketing, especially. You can use them to, effectively kind of build pipelines for, various levels of your leads and your customers. And then they have a really nice email marketing system as well. Monday is a really great system that also will integrate basically into any website platform. This is more for like, it's really great for like management and business operations, definitely pipelines, kind of similar to Pipedrive. And the really great thing about Monday is that, and Pipedrive too, I should say, they're both very affordable platforms. So you should definitely check them out. They have very cheap plans, and they can definitely help you, with a lot of this kind of like CRM conversation. And then one that's really, really popular and you can get from various agency providers is High-Level. They are both a CRM for your contact management and pipelines and funnels and things like that, but they also are kind of like HubSpot where they're like an all-in-one marketing platform. So you can handle your email marketing and you can handle your social media management. You can, have all types of really cool stuff going on with High-Level. So between those platforms, and certainly there's some other ones, so if anyone has any questions, we'll address that in the Q&A. You can start to integrate into your website and start to develop that effective kind of like marketing churn. But let's talk about the strategy of how to actually use the tools effectively. So again, not just letting your website be like this static online brochure. We want to build an effective marketing tool to actually grow our business, right? So here are some bullet point lists that I want to talk about real quick that are really, really important when it comes to just understanding like strategy of how to actually create the ideal kind of full circle is what I call it. So following the digital consumer strategy. I did a whole other webinar about this right in the beginning of the year. Definitely recommend everyone go check that out. This is the 5 stages of the digital consumer journey, kind of like, or more traditionally known as like the buyer's journey or the customer journey, are discovery, consideration, action, retention, and advocacy. So discovery is how people are finding you. It could be from blog posts or landing pages that aren't associated with your website. You move those people with little subtle links and everything over into the consideration stage, which are like the pillar pages of your website or your service pages. And here, these pages are where you have that lead generation with a form that's connected to your CRM or a calendar booking that's connected to your CRM. And now you're actually driving leads from your website. It's very important, especially now with the Google Helpful Content algorithm. Don't make your blog posts or your landing pages very, salesy with pitching and everything. Just put out helpful content that's helping people. You're going to drive more traffic from Google, and then you can subtly bring people into your website to those pillar pages and those service pages where there now you can talk about your business and you can differentiate yourself, what you bring to the table. You've been doing this for all these years, you're an expert, and have that lead gen form that's connected to your CRM. So that's where you can start to generate leads. You can also drive people forward to the action stage of your website, which is, filling out a contact form or making a consultation or, obviously buying something. So that's kind of the steps of the buyer's journey there. I'm going to talk about the next 2 steps in a second, but I really just want to talk about kind of following these strategies here with these bullet points because it's very, very important. So, you're using blogs to expand your audience and drive leads in with effective optimization through the website platforms we talked about. Your pillar pages and your service pages are lead gen focused. They're driving people toward the actions of your website, which is really, driving business and creating more customers, right? And you're doing all of this with forms and signups and calendars and all of those integrations from your CRM. So you'll see in this graphic here, it's like your sales and your marketing and your support and your feedback, which we're going to talk about in a second. The core of all of that is your CRM. That's the center of your website. All information feeds back to that, and that's how you're managing your business growth, your marketing, everything. So now you're managing your leads and your contacts through your CRM. You're doing your email marketing through it, your social media, right? And then as you're doing that effectively over time, you're creating customers, right? But also, through just your ongoing marketing and having, your website is properly optimized, so you're creating customer retention, you're making happy customers, right? But the next big stage of that is advocacy, which is the 5th stage. I talk about this so much in more depth in our digital consumer journey webinar, but that's when people start leaving you testimonials, recommendations on Alignable, leaving you Google Business Profile reviews. So it creates this full circle where the more kind of retention and advocacy that you get, It creates more leads because, if you have more testimonials out there and your business is growing effectively, people are going to go, oh, look at this business. They're doing so well. I'll engage with them as well. So you brought people in through your blog post, you created, leads and customers, you kind of got the desired action from your website. So now your website is actually helping you grow your business. And also it helps you to, have better retention and advocacy as well. And all of that, with more testimonials and everything on your website, all of your forms and everything coming back around, it does really create this full circle, again, with that CRM as like the core of all of it. Super, super important for everyone to understand that. And with all of that put together, that's how, again, you're building that more powerful online presence that's helping you grow your business. So let's just have a little reminder and recap here, just to kind of bring everything around full circle. When you have that easy to manage but professional website on a platform like the platforms that we discussed, and you're meeting SEO and modern standards like we talked about with the Google SEO Essentials, performance, accessibility, plus you have the marketing tools that you need integrated into your website. So you have that core foundation where all the information, everything is leading back to that, and you're able to manage your business through that. That's how you're going to start to drive business growth through your website. Your website's going to become a powerful marketing tool for your business, and it's not just going to be like that static online brochure that's not really doing anything for you. So great platforms to really just have that ease of use and good blogging, and really just make integrations and things like that much more easy for you. WordPress and Wix, those are definitely the two most top recommended platforms. Follow the Google SEO Essentials to increase your Google rank. Make sure that your pages and your blog posts are getting out there. Remember to audit your website and consistently look at your performance and accessibility. It's not a one and done type of thing. You got to kind of do it regularly. Every time you go into the Wix dashboard, press that little audit button. Every time you go into WordPress, do a little scan with Google Lighthouse. The more that you do that, and you just kind of keep that in your state of mind, it's just going to help you keep your website running at high octane. Blogging plus the digital consumer journey and having all of those forms and everything, that's your success. Follow the digital consumer journey. Definitely go check out that webinar that we did on that recently. And again, when you have everything integrated back to your CRM, that's how you're managing your leads and your contacts, you're building pipelines, you're converting customers, you have your email marketing going for outreach and certainly social media and things like that. And that's how you're building that really effective online presence. So for anyone who may need help with a CRM, for everyone who joins this webinar today, we do have a special offer. You can try Hoot CRM. So anyone with an existing website in either Wix or WordPress, or really any other website platform, we support various platforms. If you sign up for any of our website hosting or maintenance plans, at checkout, if you use code FREECRM, we will give you Hoot CRM software completely for free. So all you have to do is host your website with us or try one of our Wix or WordPress maintenance plans. We will give you our CRM completely for free. With Hoot CRM, you get contact management and activity, lead generation and pipeline building. If you're using like Calendly or a calendar tool like that, you can replace it with our system. So now your calendar is actually like saving those contacts and you're building your contact lists. You can handle all of your email marketing. So if you're using like MailChimp or Constant Contact, get rid of that. Imagine everything is actually being, again, driven back to one CRM. Things like social media scheduling and posting, your Google business profile, all of your outreach, all from one dashboard. You can post and it goes out to everything. And then, just things like building your landing pages, funnels, having custom forms in your website. We work with another Alignable leader, Diana Lee from Waggle AI. I definitely suggest everyone go find her and check her out. She builds you a custom website chat widget, which is another really great lead generation tool that we can integrate into your website. So, working with her, we'll really create like this really effective, both kind of like a way for people to get information about your business and to communicate with your business, but also to really just generate more leads. And then we have all wrapped in with amazing reporting and analytics, automations and integrations. It's a really flexible system.